Hey everybody, happy Sunday. I hope that wherever you are and whatever you're doing, you are safe, you are well, and you are with someone you care about who also cares about you. We're definitely getting a wintry vibe here at the house. The leaves are starting to go on the trees that actually aren't evergreen. The chickens are doing well. I just filled up their water. It turns out that somebody took the cup on the end of the hydro hen, the little nipple that gives them water, and they pulled it off. And then, of course, all the water spilled out. So they haven't had any water this afternoon. They had some this morning when I checked, but I've just filled it back up after putting the little watering nipple on at the bottom. I think it's kind of hilarious that the thing that I didn't build failed. So it wasn't anything to do with me. The thing that I designed, that still works perfectly. I mean, it leaks a little bit because I need to reseal it, but it's not actually the thing I printed that's leaking. It's the seal between it and the old bit that needs to be fixed. But the hens are happy. They are having drink. They are not making any eggs. They are on strike. It is that time of year. And I think the cold weather has got something to do with it. Also, age and biology. Everything's really starting to sort of slow down. You can see that the rhubarb there is starting to give up the ghost. Also, my pumpkins are sort of giving up. I'm going to have to harvest the rest of these before long. All of my courgettes, zucchinis, call them what you will, they've kind of gone. There's one there that I haven't harvested. I'm actually cooking one today that is still okay. And I still haven't taken out my raspberries. I know. I'm such a terrible gardener. Such a terrible, terrible gardener. But look over here, what we do have, which is wonderful. We have broccoli getting ready for the winter. We've also got some cauliflower looking phenomenal. And we've got some sprouts. Hopefully this will be the first year ever that I will actually have sprouts. I also have a really big bean there that I had missed. Look at it. It's a big, huge, ginormous bean. It's done the thing that it's done. This happens every year. I get one bean that is just massive that I miss. And then look at it. It is chonk. I might actually take the seeds out of that and plant them next year. What do you think? Would you do that? I think I'm going to do that. I think it would be a fun way of keeping the legacy going. I mean, we haven't had any disease or anything with those this year, so they should be pretty healthy. My herb section needs to be redone. I know it's a mess. It always happens at the end of the season, but I'm going to have to get my bumming gear and start preparing the ground because, in about 3 weeks' time, I need to be preparing the ground for next year's garlic to go in, which, if you think about it, that blows my mind a little bit. But the garlic needs to go in pretty soon, so I'm going to have to do some work to make sure that is ready. I'm also just doing a sneaky check on the chickens to make sure their water is still in place. It is. But as the weather gets colder, and it really has got a lot colder, we're going to have our first frost, I think, either tonight or later this week. We've also seen the annual migration of people who live out here, who then decide at this time of year that maybe they would like to live in my house with us. And over the summer, I think some of you may remember, we had an issue where the local mice had decided to make a few holes in our rodent protections and somehow got into our crawl space. And as it's going to be Halloween very soon, I figured it would be a great time to talk to you about the dead body. Now, as soon as we found out that mice were getting in there, we obviously took steps to stop them from getting in. We sealed up the holes we found, we put traps down there, we had regularly checked on the traps. And sort of from the point of us discovering them to about a month ago, it had dropped substantially. We'd never seen any in the house, they'd never got into the house, and it had all been good. But then, unfortunately, last week while my wife was away on a work trip, I picked up a whiff of something really terrible, really horrible, emanating from our shoe closet inside our entry hallway. Now, our shoe closet is the entry to what we are now calling the Underdark. And the Underdark is our crawl space. Now, this house is on a hill, and so the difference between the front of the house and the back of the house is quite substantial. At the front of the house, you can just about stand up in the crawl space and it's fine. But if you go to the other side of the house, you definitely cannot have any problems standing up, because, you know, you have to put your hand up and you can barely touch the ceiling. But rodents had got down there, or a rodent had got down there and had decided to die in the insulation on the ceiling of the crawl space, i.e. the floor of the house. And it had made a horrible stink, and we went down there and it was unpleasant. We went down there and we cleared it out, and then I think it was Monday, and I'm showing you this now because it's embarrassing, but we went in and we sealed up. We found out that this piece of wood here had fallen away, and so we've sealed up this gap with all this foam. And so now we're going to have to go in, cut this ceiling back off, and then put this piece of wood back. And I've just noticed this piece of wood, since we sealed the other holes up, now this piece of wood has dropped down. So our house is very attractive. They're not getting inside the house, but they're getting into the crawl space, which is not good. And so don't have super tasting is my recommendation for you. If you are someone who can super taste and super smell, it's a benefit because you can spot dead bodies. You can smell them before they really have any issues. But I went downstairs into the crawl space and it was too much for me to bear. I had to put a mask on, like a respirator, retrieved the body, got rid of it, and then my wife had to go behind me once I got rid of the smell and put in fresh insulation. And we've made sure there are no other rodents down there that we can tell. We have traps down there. There's no way they can get into the house. We've made sure there are no holes that they can get into. And yes, mice can get into very small holes, so we're being very, very careful. But this is a kind of a thing of living in the country. Sometimes rodents get in. We just have to make sure that we put down precautionary traps, which put down fresh traps, we put down other things. So hopefully we'll catch any that are still down there. And yeah, I mean, I would like to say that you don't have to worry about this in the town, but I know people who live in towns who've had issues like this in the past. So we don't have a cat. I wish we had a cat at this point, but Kate is allergic to cats. So we don't have a cat right now. But and I don't really want an outdoor cat, not out here, because people hunt and stuff. But then I also don't want to leave a cat stuck inside as well. So I'd like to have a farm cat. Our neighbour has a farm cat, so I'm sure the farm cat has helped. And the chickens, obviously. The chickens eat mice as well. So hopefully this is a transitory problem and I'm not going to have any more problems. But ooh, what a stink. What a stink. It was horrible. I hope you never have to deal with something like that in your house. Anyway, let me know what's going on in your garden. Have you had rodents coming in for the winter? Do they cause you problems? Do you have any horror stories about dead bodies under your floorboards? Let me know in the down below, and I'll see you this time next week. Thanks for watching us today. You can connect with us on Patreon, Discord, Mastodon, Blue Sky, or through our website. Huge thanks to the amazing folks scrolling by right now. You are the reason we can stay independent and keep making content without corporate influence. Want to see your name listed here too? Support starts at just $1.50 a month, and you can even gift memberships. And of course, a massive welcome to our newest members: Robert Weeder, Uncoopavized, Tony Challenor, David Trobish, Chip Chandler, Tony M, Jesse Brooke, Graham Price, First, Cal Cly, 10 Lawn Gnomes, Pierre Simonson, Bow Family EV, Sean Instancy, Robert, Duluth Fisk, Chow, Mark Williams, Kianala, Joseph Liebowitz, Ed Gauchi, Michael Benson, Felix Ramos, KS, SXBB, Scott Neblet, Gregory Alston, Ed Carmine, Anthony Van Lersel, Stephen Workman, James Erb, Neil Nelson, Devon Connor, Wilmer Golden, Greg Smith, Fluffy, Seb, Brian Perez, Anaya, Johnny Santos, John S. Garrett, Michael Anderson, Daniel Nelson, Brett Steer, Russell Morine, Tom Boyer, Frederick Gay, Christopher Dawes, Jamie, Ross Parker, Obi-Wan TX, Andrew Young, MTEIFKE, Kelly, Friend of TEN, LM, Jeff Vitor, Mark Larson, Scott Allenson, Javier Borja, Murray Lizuk, Ken Phillips, Lee, Joe White, Russell Cooper, Rule Howard, David McGurn, William Anderson, Vernon White, Brett Rinholm, Jonathan Quinton, Slime Elemental, R.D. Field, Tony Mark Luther, Scott Sexton, Mick Rhodes, John Riley, Alexander Ginsberg, Tom Vick, Ray Stockdale, David Reed, BH, JedTech, David, Tom Bolt E, Dennis, Jerry, Winston Smith, Craig, Michael Y2, Cameron Gary, Chris Bailey, and John Burnett. Thank you all for joining in the last month. You're helping us hit our goal of growing Patreon support by 20 to 40% this autumn. And what a list. Thank you again for being so amazing and joining up. Without you, we'd have struggled to fund our new microphones when the old ones died just last week. Prefer a one-off contribution? Well, we've got Ko-fi, Bitcoin, a PO box, our swag store, and even an Amazon affiliate link, so your money helps us, not Jeff Bezos. We post new videos every few days on the main channel, plus extras on Take 2, and since YouTube comments aren't safe for us anymore, while they are open, the best way to chat is through Patreon, Mastodon, Blue Sky, or our website. If you want more, the mighty algorithm thinks you'll like this video, but we'd love you to check out this one. Be awesome, be kind, be intentional, and never forget to resist. Keep evolving!